Welcome. In this lecture, we would understand what is federalism. So, as we mentioned in the previous class on power sharing, federalism is an important perspective where you have both the center and the state that comes into play, and the powers are divided between the two. However, the center enjoys more power and is responsible for the common interest of the country. Now, this is where we have the list of the nations where federal form of government can be witnessed. So, this diagram becomes important for your term 1 exams. Then there's various points, the key features. So all the 7 key features which we have mentioned here are important. So 2 or more levels of the government, as we said, so it could be center and the state. There can be different tiers of government governing the same citizens, but each having their own jurisdiction. This could be in the legislative, taxation, or administrative field. Then we have the respective levels through which it is understood. We understand that the fundamental provisions of the constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by just one government. Okay, then we also talk about the sources of revenue for each of the government which is responsible for financial autonomy, and the dual objective to safeguard and promote the unity, at the same time accommodate the regional diversity. So those are some of the key features. Now very important for your term examinations. Then we have coming together federalism and holding together federation. Examples are India, Spain and Belgium for holding together, and this is where larger power comes with the division of the power between the center and the state. And then you have coming together federation, US, Switzerland and Australia. Now this is a very important aspect, that in both the kind of federalism we have trust and agreement to live together, and that maintains the balance between the powers. So under the coming together, we say that it involves independent states coming together to form a bigger unit, and that is pooling together the resources, which increases the security level. Okay, the next is what makes India a federal country. Now in this we would understand the union list, state list and the concurrent list. So the topics which are part of the union list, so foreign affairs, banking, defense, communication and currency. In the state list we have police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. And then we do have concurrent list, which comes together, which brings together the power of both the concurrent list and the state list and the central list, and we call the union list, and we call this as the concurrent list. Okay, now how federalism is practiced in India, we have the division which is started on the basis of a linguistic division. So in 1947 the boundaries of old states were changed to create new boundaries, and then we have the present day map which looks like this. We also focus on the language policy and the center state relations for better development. So Hindi is the mother tongue which is spoken by nearly 40% of the Indians. Besides Hindi, 21 other scheduled languages. So total how many scheduled languages? 22 scheduled languages. Okay, so English would be used for official purpose, was given in the constitution, but the use would stop in 1965. In non-Hindi states, the demand used to continue for the use of English, and this is how we understand the development took place. Then we focus on coalition government, where we have more than 2 political parties coming together, and we call this as a coalition state. So linguistic diversity in India, the proportion of speakers across various streams, so Hindi having a very significantly high proportion of speakers. We also have Marathi speakers, Bengali speakers in huge number. So some of the statistics here becomes important. Then we have some of the snapshots from the various newspapers, and finally the decentralization, the benefits of decentralization in India, and this makes the democracy much more effective and powerful. So how do we share the revenue among various bodies, and the state election commissions are established, how seats are reserved for women, and so on and so forth. So those are how we understand the local self-government, the functioning of the local self-government, the Zilla Parishad, the MPs and the MLAs, and the developments across the various streams. And then we have a very small section where the city of Porto Alegre in Brazil has been explained for decentralization with participative democracy as an example. Now all this we have covered in our previous lecture in detail. So those are some of the kind of MCQs that could be formed. What is coalition government, what is a union list, what is a state list, the topics that come under union and state list, what is federalism, the characteristics of federalism, the two maps that are part of it. So those are some of the basic questions that can be part of this section. We would be covering many other interesting topics in SS. Stay tuned. Wish you good luck.